right, everybody, just let's dial it back for a minute. Everybody's all hot about the whole United Airlines thing, but look, I pride myself on having a real heart for people who are entrepreneurs, people who go out there and try to create something new. And right here in San Diego, we have such a dynamic community of people who are doing just that. And I'm so happy to welcome into the studio Jeff Becker, president-elect of the Entrepreneurs Organization San Diego. Their website, eolocal.com/San Diego. And he's here in studio with the San Diego chapter administrator, Jennifer Romano, helping to help us navigate this territory. Thanks so much for coming in, Jeff.
Thank you. I'm actually the current president. I have another couple months on my term, and then I am put out to pasture.
Oh, boy. Back to just the entrepreneur grindstone there, man.
I have to do my day job.
That's good. So tell us a little bit about this, because this is a global organization. You got a San Diego chapter here.
Yeah.
How big of an organization is this worldwide? And talk a little bit about the membership here in town.
Yeah, worldwide, there are over 12,000 members, and every big city in the world has a chapter from across the United States, all the major cities, as well as Europe and Asia, Russia, Africa, Middle East. Mm-hmm. So it's a global organization. You have to be a business owner and a founder to be eligible to become a member. You have to have skin in the game. You can't just be an employee. You have to have founded the company.
Right.
Locally in San Diego, we have 145 or so members, growing rapidly. We added a couple dozen this year. And everybody's the same sort of thing. You could be a little mom and pop organization all the way up to a multi-million-dollar company. As long as you have skin in the game and you do $1 million worth of revenue, you're eligible to be a member of EO.
Now we were talking during the break, and you were saying it's a diverse organization in terms of the types of businesses, right? You have a lot of digital marketing, you have a lot of different app creators and tech guys and gals. So you've got a little bit of everything going on with this group.
Yeah, there are. My company is as low tech as you can get. I have a commercial janitorial company. So
absolutely necessary with a growing economy.
We clean, we scrub toilets and take out your trash.
That's great.
We have companies that are designing apps, that are doing medical devices, some really cool interactive digital stuff. There's really no one demographic. It's just a bunch of business owners who have started a company and have run with it.
So when you guys all get together, you kind of talk trade tips and shop and ideas and different things. Is it also a place to kind of to build your network up as well with other people who may be offering ideas or services that might be of value?
Yeah, it's really interesting. When I joined, I thought it was going to be a business organization. It's really turned out to be more of a personal kind of safe place where you can commiserate with other business owners. I mean, we all have the same sort of trials and tribulations. We all have employees. We all have customers. Most of us have families. And the fact that you are running the show, there are certain things that a lot of people really wouldn't understand.
Sure.
And so although it's designed to be a business organization, I found out that a lot of it is just sharing experiences with people who are dealing with the same sort of issues that I am. And it's just a safe place to have good people that you trust and that you can share the goods and the bads and everything in between.
I mean, look, you have shared challenges, right? So
Absolutely.
you've got marketing challenges, you've got tax regulation, you got all that kind of stuff.
Employees and customers.
And I imagine, right, that's a huge opportunity for people to kind of work through the challenges they're facing. Like, hey, I'm dealing with this thing because this new regulation's coming down, this tax, Obamacare, whatever it is, minimum wage, right, was a huge issue.
Absolutely.
And I imagine that it's a matter of having people work together and come up with different ideas. Now, are there a lot, because people always ask about this, right? We're in San Diego. You have a lot of former military personnel that have left the service of our country and now doing their own thing?
Yeah, we have a handful of guys, mostly from the Navy, that are current members. One of the things that we really want to do is to give back to the military. I mean, we're real fortunate to be here, to be in this town, and it's got such a strong military presence that one of the things that we're trying to do is give back to the community as a whole, but particularly the military. So we're doing a lot with the military. In September, we're having a conference called Alchemy, which is a regional conference, all the chapters in the Western United States, which is San Diego, Arizona, Los Angeles, Orange County, as well as Silicon Valley, Sacramento, Portland, Denver are all coming to San Diego. So there should be 500 or so people, entrepreneurs and their guests, coming to San Diego. And we're doing a big event on the Midway one of those days. So again, we're having Jocko Willington speak, who's a SEAL. He's written Extreme Ownership.
Yes, great guy.
Really, so it's going to be a great event, and to have that military presence and to do it on the flight deck of the Midway is just really cool. I'm super excited about that.
You're not going to get, I promise you, if the meeting were in Sacramento, you're not going to get as scenic a setup as you are there. Visiting with Jeff Becker. He's the president of Entrepreneurs Organization San Diego, eolocal.com/San Diego. A lot of people, and I want to kind of just go here for a second with you.
Sure.
I know there are people who are successful, and the people who don't see the hours and the grinding you put in, they'll look at you and go, Jeff, you're so lucky. You got your own company, man. I mean, you got so lucky. You get
it's easy.
They don't see the commitment and the hours, right? They don't see you on when everybody's out having beers on Sunday watching football. You're there doing your books. You're there trying to do your planning and writing business letters and customer letters. You know, how do you kind of balance that, man? Because I mean, you got to kill it to eat it.
You do have to kill it to eat it. That's the nice thing about this organization is there's 145 of us in this town that have to kill it and eat it. And nobody has found that magic pill, but I know that there are 144 other people that I could say, oh my God, I don't feel like getting up and killing it and eating it today. What's wrong with me? And probably 130 of them are going, I feel that same way, or I health felt that same way. So it certainly is not easy, but to know that there are other people that you know and trust and admire that are fighting that same fight makes it easier.
Could you ever go back to working for somebody else?
No, I've never had a real job. I've always worked for myself.
I've never had a real job.
I graduated from college and I got one job. I was selling life insurance. I won't say the company name because we're on the air.
Yeah, no problem.
But I hated it. I was really good at it, but I hated it. And that lasted about 5 years, and I got to do something. I think I'm totally unemployable. Nobody would hire me, or I wouldn't last very long. Which seems to be a common thread amongst
Were you always that way as a kid? That, like, as a kid, did you want to do your own thing?
Yeah.
Were you always kind of like...
Yeah, I'm not very good with rules.
Yeah. See, that's just philosophically, we try to squeeze that out of people in our world today. Yeah. It's like, oh, you have to sit in the box, sit here for 7 hours, then go to this box over. And what people don't understand is, those people aren't necessarily hyper. They're creative. They're the people who build the new things. Yeah. A lot of times that attribute is hooked onto boys and men, right? Well, it's a boys and men. It's a boys club. You have a fair number of female entrepreneurs that are part of your group too.
Yeah, about 10% of the chapter is women, and some of the women in this chapter are the smartest, most driven, best business people I've ever come across. I have friends in other chapters, women friends in other chapters, the same sort of thing, just superstars at what they do. And I don't think it, just because you're a man means you're going to be a successful business person. There's some of the ladies
comes
that I
from
know,
all stripes.
Yeah, just make me look silly. Final
question for you, and this is just going from your gut. Jeff Becker, president of Entrepreneurs Organization here in San Diego. Is now a good time to start a business? Like, is now people wait for the right time. Yeah. Right? Okay, I'm going to wait for 5 more years. I'm going to do it. Yeah. Is now a good a time as any to start a business?
I don't think you should wait for anything ever. Yeah. You know, what if I had that magic crystal ball and I say, okay, well, on September 1st, I'm going to start because I know that's going to be the perfect time. Right. It doesn't exist. Today could be the best time or today could be the worst time. I have no idea. But what I can say is, for just the people that I'm interacting with, lots of people are looking for suggestions on how to hire people. How to hire good talent, how to hire top talent and top managers. And the fact that people are looking for those types of experienced and quality people means that if you have the people, the time is really not that important. Right. Because you have the ability, you have the resources, you have the know-how, and you'll make it work. It might not be the best time, but it's as good as any.
Once you think you need somebody because you can't do everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it comes down to, right?
Yeah, it's too late. I call that shopping hungry. Is that what it is? I don't want to go to the store when I'm hungry because I'm going to buy a bunch of stuff I don't need. So we try to shop when we're not hungry.
Have a plan.
We'll grow into somebody.
Right on. Jeff Becker, so good to have you here, man. The door is always open. Please stay in touch. He's the president of Entrepreneurs Organization San Diego. The website, eolocal.com/San Diego, eolocal.com/San Diego. Folks, you know I have a heart for the entrepreneurs out there. They are the people. You are the people that keep this country going, and this is a great organization you ought to find out more about. Thanks for coming by,
Thanks for having us. This was fun.
Happy to have you here. That's Jeff Becker. Check out the organization, eolocal.com/San Diego. It's the Brett Wooderble Show, AM 760 Talk and Breaking News.